Okay, which one is easier to get? Option 1 or option 2? Option 1, you've got two spinners here. You would spin this arrow here, and then it would spin around, and then it would randomly stop on one of the four numbers. So here, option 1, getting a sum of four or less. Okay, so basically you would add up the two numbers. So for example, 4 plus and then 1 over here. So sum means adding the two together. Well, if you add the two together, it comes to 5. So that's not a good outcome because you've got to get 4 or less. Okay, so for example, if you get a 2 over here and a 1 over here, add the two together, that gives you 3. Well, 3 is less than 4. So option 1, getting a sum. Sum means plus, meaning you add the two together. Now, if it's 4 or less, then that's a good outcome. Option 2, where you roll 2 dice, and yet again it's saying getting a sum. Sum means adding the two together, and getting 6 or less. So which is easier to get? Which is easier to, well, would you choose option 1 or option 2? So press pause and have a go. Okay, so here again with probability, you're trying to draw a map of all the things that could happen. So here, draw a map of all the things that could happen here. Hang on. So option 1 here, each spinner has four outcomes. So let's create four here. So you could get a 1, 2, 3, 4. So this could represent our first spinner. So this is our first spinner here. Okay, and then again you're going to have 4 again. So 1, 2, 3, 4. There are lots of ways of drawing a map of all the things that could happen. It just turns out that the table method is the best one for this scenario here. Okay, so let's just use a table. By the way, you could use a tree diagram, something like this. But don't worry about this. For the time being, stick to this table one. Okay, so the top here would represent our first spinner. This would represent our second spinner. Now we're saying we want a sum of 4 or less. So this is a good outcome. Remember, we would spin this once, so it could land on any of these, and then we spin this one, and then, well, the column here represents the number. Well, anyway, this would be a good outcome. This would be a good outcome because it's 2, getting a 2 on this one and a 1 on this one. That makes it a 3. 3 is less than 4, so that's a good outcome. Well, this is a good outcome. This is not. If you get a 4 and a 1, well, 4 and a 1 makes 5, and that's above. That's above our criteria. So it would be a bad outcome because it comes to 5. This would be good. This would be good. This would be bad. A 3 and a 3 and a 2, that would make 5. So it's a bad outcome. A 2 and a 2, that would be a good outcome because it's a 4. Remember, it's 4 or less. Okay, so 4 and a 2, bad. A 2 and a 3, that's bad. This is bad, 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 bad. So good outcomes would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so probability of 4 or less equals 6 out of, well, how many possible routes are there? How many possible outcomes are there? Well, you've got 4 here and 4 here. That makes 16 possible outcomes. So if you count up all the possible outcomes, there should be 16. Okay, 16. 4 times 4 is 16. Okay, so here, even, you could divide top and bottom by 2. Okay, so just to tidy up, 3 over 8. Okay, so probability of 4 or less is 3 over 8. Now let's analyze this one here. Again, we want to know the sum of 6 or less. Okay, 6 or less. So let's draw a map of all the things that could happen. So hang on. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hang on. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that could represent our first die. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we could on the second die it could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and we want to get 6 or less. Okay, so this is good. This is good. This is good. This is good. This will be good. Now 6 and a 1, that's 7. So that's higher than 6 or less. So this one here would be good. 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 This is 6 here, so this is bad. This is bad. 1 and a 3, that's good. 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 Bad. Good. Bad. 6 and a 1, that's 7, so that's bad. So basically we've got hang on, let me do this. So the probability of 6 or less equals, good outcomes would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so 15 out of the possible 36, because there are 36. Okay. So here, well, we got to compare the fractions now. Not very good at comparing fractions. So let's jump to a calculator and convert it to a decimal. So 3 divided by 8 equals 0.375. So the probability of us getting a 4 or less is 0.375. Now this one here, let's get 15 divided by 36. So 15 divide. Hang on, let's clear this. Clear this. Clear this. Clear this. Yep. 15 divided by 36 equals 0.42. 0.42. So let's see what's going on. Hang on, or less. So the probability. So given this scenario here, okay, the probability of us getting 4 or less is roughly 37.5%, if you like. Well, when you're talking about probability, you're not actually allowed to use percent. You have to give me, when you're talking about probability, you have to give a number between 0 and 1. This is just another way of looking at it, percent. So it's roughly 37% chance of happening. This one here, you've got 42% chance of happening. So really, this one is easier to get. But basically, option 2 is better, because the chance of you getting what you want is 42%. The chance of you getting what you want with option 1 is 37.5%. So going back to here, option 2 is actually better if you want to get a sum of 6 or less. So select option 2. It's easier to get. Okay.